Hello. Today, I wasn't even expecting to make this video, but the more content that I create, I'm triggering my own self by the things that I'm not even comfortable saying out loud on a it's not completely anonymous, but if someone knows me and they know my voice, then they'll know that it's me. But virtually, like for right now, it's a completely anonymous page, and there are things that I'm not comfortable saying and saying out loud, so to speak. And one of them is pretty. And as I'm confronting, as I'm triggering myself by how I don't want to use that term or even attribute like a lot of the negative experiences to that term, I finally had like this realization today that even though I will call other women pretty, I'll tell other women that they're pretty, compliment other women, I don't say that to myself. Like, I don't say that to myself or about myself. And it's because it does not feel safe to do that, even though I have no problem doing it for others. And so I'm just working through a lot of my own mess as I'm listening and learning from Exoticals United, the Brown Exotical, and there are a couple other ladies that I've found on here whose content really resonates with me. And I'm just thinking back to like, when did that start? Like, when did I first realize that it wasn't okay or it wasn't safe to say that I was pretty or that I thought I looked pretty, or we're not even going to go into the video that I made yesterday about how you're not going to be well received when you're discussing harm that's been done to you. If you call a thing and say, like, I really think it's just because she's jealous. That's another word I'm not comfortable or used to using. Like, I don't say out loud or even in my own internal dialogue that something is happening to me because of the jealousy of another woman. And it's through, finding Exoticals United and the other women who are creating content around pretty privilege and around the other side of it, essentially. Like, there's it's undeniable. You can't deny the privileges of it. And I heard this quote once, and it said they would like you more if you were less. So you can't deny the privileges of it. And if I had to switch places with someone to avoid the ugly parts of it, I still wouldn't. But the thing is, the ugly parts of it shouldn't exist. Like, it shouldn't be that the reason you experience meanness and like pettiness from other women, black, white, all, different ethnicities, it shouldn't be because you're pretty. It should be because you're not a good person. And so when you are actively working on, and you have worked and you've reached a point where your character is intact, you treat people how you want to be treated, it's wild that that's not sufficient, that that's not enough, and that you can still be othered and made to feel bad just for existing. Like, and now that I'm having like this awareness or this awakening, and I'm like feeling safe enough to really acknowledge like that ugly look that lady just gave me when I'm smiling and prepared to speak to her, it has nothing to do with me being a terrible person or a stuck-up person. My body language and my face is prepped and primed and pleasant looking, ready to speak to you. And you're approaching me with stale, ugly, mean energy. And I don't know you well enough for you to be mad at me. You know? And it's just like, that is the experience over and over again. Or worse, not being able to avoid people like that, and then having to be in close corners with them, and then them picking you apart. And you know they're picking you apart. You catch them staring at you or asking questions that really don't need to be asked, but for the fact that you want to ask so that you can try to diminish me in some way. And the saddest part of all is that in an effort to avoid treatment like that, we just do it to ourselves. We just make ourselves small. We make ourselves invisible. We change our natural bubbly nature and kind of become shrinking violets, hoping that no one will stomp us, essentially. And I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. And I think when I'll never forget the day that I just love this girl. I do. You can just tell she's like a girl's girl. Like, I'll never forget the day that I found Exoticals United's channel, and I was confronted with like this mixture of like confusion, like as to like why I was not an exotical, but she was singing my song. And I just kept listening though. And it's just like if you were to extract the lessons and the experiences, they are colorless. They have no specific creed or ethnicity. Like, if you are a woman experiencing some of the things that she's talking about, and she's literally like explaining and comforting you through sharing, like, I don't care that she's mixed race and I'm not, because she's a girl's girl. And she gave me permission to finally acknowledge what I'm experiencing in the real world. Prior to finding her, I had stopped listening to Black women empowerment content because it was toxic and it did not help me and it did not serve a purpose. And not only does she offer confirmation that you know, it allows you to stop gaslighting yourself about your own experiences in the world, she also creates what I think of as like, it's kind of like it's like self-development content as well. And I dig that. Like, I love that. Like, she is so she's so encouraging to her pretty girls. Like, she really, and that's how I move in real life. And so it's like, I don't even know her, but she moves how I move in real life. Like, if I have like a tip or a trick, I'm sharing. If I found something that's great and it works for me, I'm telling you exactly where I got it, and I'm gonna send you a link. And you can be a girl I just met randomly at the thrift store. You're getting the link. If you make a mistake and compliment me and you want the details, you're gonna get them from me every time. And I just feel like, and the reason why, like, I am so intentional about quoting her and naming her when I'm actually talking about something that I'm inspired to talk about because she talked about it. I'm really intentional about that because it has been the bane of my existence watching people, even my friends, quotes around friends, copy me and not credit me. I wore that outfit 2 years ago that exact same way. And I know everybody's like, you know, you're not the only one to think of how to pair an outfit like that. But in many cases, yes, I am. because I'm very, very like and it's so funny. She talked about personality types. I was originally an INFJ. I taught for about 5 years, and my personality test on the Myers-Briggs changed to an INFP. On the Enneagram, I believe I am a 5. Wait, hold on. What am I on the Enneagram? It's the Bohemian, whatever it is. It's like 5 with a 3 wing, I believe. No. It's 5 with the 4 wing. So it's a lot of juxtaposition in that particular personality type. But yeah, I've watched people copy me, take notes from me, and start improving because of my presence in their lives, and they don't acknowledge it. So in real life and on the internet, I'm going to acknowledge if I hear a video and I take a piece from it, you're going to know, like, this is where I got this from, because I love that about her and I love that about myself. Like, I don't have a problem talking about character traits that I love about myself. It's just like external stuff that I don't really like to talk about. But it's getting better. And it's getting better because of her. I really appreciate her, and I just would never do her the way that, like, I would never have her hear something that I said and know that it's her, and then me not credit her, because she doesn't deserve that. Like, she deserves so much credit for what she's willing to do and has done for good girls who get treated bad for no reason other than traits that they have no control over. So, until the next one.